Thursday, May 3rd, 2018.
Welcome to Eye on Fordham. I'm Kelsey Miklas.
And I'm Chris Calamari. On today's show, Fordham students dress as Disney characters to help chronically sick children.
Local high schoolers come together to make a difference for the less fortunate in the Bronx.
And a Fordham University grad student dons a crown. But we begin with a campus program that's giving Fordham students real-life business experience.
At the Fordham Foundry, students can create their own businesses or work as consultants to small business owners in the Bronx. I got to see firsthand how it's changing lives.
Somebody posts an image and there's
Tanya Thompson is learning specific functions of Facebook and Twitter that can help promote her career counseling business. Her advisors, Gabelli students at the Fordham Foundry.
They have been tremendous in my development in my company, and I really owe them a lot in a sense that they really helped me and some of the social media and development skills that I need.
The Fordham Foundry is a business incubator at Fordham University that helps students and other small business owners create and grow their businesses. Freshman Brian Lennon says he gets as much out of the Foundry as the business owners.
The Foundry's been great for me because I really get to sort of do hands-on work with actual clients and actual people.
The Foundry also supports students who want to start their own businesses, like Go Gym Go, a mobile app that allows you to see what machines are available at your gym right from your cell phone. In April, the Foundry hosted its second annual pitch competition, where current and former Fordham students and their business partners proposed their own business ideas. This year's winners were Fordham grads Daniel Downs and Paul Saradsky, owners of R3 Printing, a company that makes safe and efficient 3D printers. They say the money will help develop prototypes to send to potential customers.
We just want to be able to ship them a box and then, have them plug it into the wall, and all of a sudden their profit margins are increased. Now we have a customer.
Thompson says the Foundry has dramatically improved her business.
Things that I might not have known as far as social media, such as Twitter, LinkedIn, Facebook, they've been so great at helping me develop my skill set in that so that I can be productive and I can really make a difference in the Bronx community.
Now the Foundry is helping Thompson with the launch of her first ever webinar event so she can help her customers find jobs.
Thompson held her first webinar in April, and participants received a one-year membership to her career counseling services.
A student-run business on the Fordham campus just tripled the days its doors are open.
Students for Environmental Awareness and Justice hosted their first spring flea markets. Caroline Rotante was there.
Freshman Gabrielle Perez is hanging up student-donated clothes, hoping each item finds a new home. In her first semester at Fordham, she spearheaded the idea to have the Fordham Flea Market take place in the spring, in addition to the Fall Flea that's taken place the last 3 years.
Fordham has given me I feel comfortable advocating for things I care about, and it feels great.
For shoppers like Claudia and Maria, the what feels great is finding the perfect pair of jeans and a cozy winter sweater at rock bottom prices.
Keep them cheap clothes and really nice clothes too.
Signs around the flea market point to the long-lasting environmental effects of traditional mass-produced clothing. Freshman Lily Round was happy to score some new items for her closet. She says college students should utilize flea markets not only to save money, but to save the environment.
The fashion industry is the second most polluting in the world, and I don't think people are aware of that, and the fast fashion industry is really bad. It's really bad.
Fordham Flea has made Fordham University part of a small number of schools that host a thrift event on campus. Perez hopes the Flea snags a permanent location on campus.
The long-term goal would be to have the Flea have its own permanent place on campus, like the Rod's coffee shop or something like that, where students could just run it and it'll just be always there and it'd be great.
At the end of Fordham Flea's spring event, Students for Environmental Awareness raised more than $450. Perez hopes this event's success leads to a second spring flea market in April. For Eye on Fordham, I'm Caroline Rotante.
The revenue raised from the Fordham Flea Market is going back to the club, but in the future, club members plan to use revenue to fund local Bronx charities. One charity they might choose? POTS, which stands for Part of the Solution.
It's where some less fortunate families in the Fordham area go for help with just about everything. I was able to see how high school students from Fordham Prep are lending their time. Fordham Prep senior Dino Esposito has been volunteering his time at POTS, assisting the less fortunate local families. Sometimes even just sitting down and coloring with the little kids.
Well, POTS in general, most people think they just feed the homeless, but it's actually, they do a variety of things. They help with careers, they have haircuts. They do pretty much everything that no one really knows about. So it's a great thing for the community.
Fordham Prep students have been helping at POTS since its creation in 1982. Fordham Prep faculty says approximately 100 students serve at POTS during the year, many for service hours or for special projects.
I feel like the Fordham students have been really responsible and focused, dedicated, you know, all really good qualities, so it's always a pleasure for me to work with the Fordham students.
While many students will be carrying out duties in the kitchen, helping with lunch, Fordham Prep volunteers help with everything that POTS needs, including cleaning the building and tutoring kids. Brandon Muratori has been helping with office work the past couple of weeks, shredding old papers to help organize POTS behind the scenes.
It is a necessity outside of service or whatever, hours are required by the school, that it really is just doing it for the sake of doing something good.
Fordham Prep students also hold a canned food drive every November where the school donates a majority of the cans to the pantry and POTS, helping people who are less fortunate get enough to eat.
3, then this one too, you see?
POTS will get even more help from Fordham Prep soon. In April, students took first place in the first ever Ignatian Social Justice Tournament in Manhattan, winning a $20,000 check to help further the POTS mission.
And another local charity is getting help from Fordham students. They've donated thousands of dollars to benefit pediatric cancer patients. Brianna Allard went to their annual fundraiser.
I thank you for what you do for our kids with cancer.
Founder of the Be Positive Foundation, Joe McDonough, thanked Fordham University students for their support during the annual benefit auction in February. McDonough created the foundation in honor of his son, Andrew, who died from leukemia 11 years ago.
By partnering with us, you're helping build my son's legacy.
Some students came to the auction because they say the mission behind the Be Positive Foundation is important to them.
I have a niece who has cancer, so I wanted to do this because it's something that I can do for her, in addition to helping my family.
Other students came because they had their eyes on the potential prizes like gift cards and concert tickets.
Here because great prizes were offered. I want to win those Lord tickets. And I came to support the cause and win some really good prizes.
One of the biggest winners of the night was senior Joe Briganti, taking home tickets to the Brooklyn Botanical Gardens, a Fordham tie, and a highly coveted Fordham Monopoly board, among other prizes.
I thought that since this is my last year, I would go big and I would get 3 sets of 20 tickets. And I was able to win a lot of things because I put so many in.
The Dance Marathon Club says it raised $12,000 to help the Be Positive Foundation carry out its mission, kids helping kids fight cancer. Brianna Allard for Ion Fordham.
Since the school year began, the club has raised over $100,000.
Coming up, we'll tell you how a group of college students made Valentine's Day special for veterans.
Stay with us.
Hi, welcome back. I'm Bria McNeil.
And I'm Maral Kethwari. Most people think of Valentine's Day as a holiday to give loved ones flowers and chocolates.
But a group of Fordham students did something a little different by turning their focus to those who have served our country. Julia Rist explains.
Fordham University sophomore Linda Yannikeg is pouring her heart into making cards with colored construction paper and green and blue glitter for wounded veterans. Yannikeg says she feels a responsibility to make Valentine's Day as special as possible for those who've served our country.
Because I think it's really important, especially on a holiday like Valentine's Day, for veterans to be able to feel the love.
Yannikeg is part of the club Fordham Students for Wounded Veterans. Nicholas DeGirolamo is the club's vice president.
What we do is we'll make the cards and then we'll send them to an organization that will distribute them to a local VA hospital and cheer up the veterans there.
The club fundraises for various veterans organizations throughout New York City. This past fall, many club members helped organize the Veterans Day Parade. But DeGirolamo says this club wasn't just started to win veterans' hearts.
It's definitely humbling because, they'll come up to me and thank me, and then I'm kind of taken back because I should be the one thanking them, of course.
The students made more than 24 cards aimed to fill each veteran's heart with the Valentine's Day spirit. For Ion Fordham, I'm Julia Rist.
The club says the Valentines are well received and they'll be making them again next year. Royal watchers from around the world are anxiously awaiting the wedding of Prince Harry and Meghan Markle, but there's actually some royalty a little closer to home.
Grad student Shalina Boca has been crowned USA National Miss New York. I met Boca to talk about her pageant experience. Shalina Boca studies public media at Fordham's Rose Hill campus. But what her fellow classmates might not know is that she's also USA's National Miss New York.
The pageant role is amazing. It's really a sisterhood, and it gives you great opportunities. Like coming in, I was really shy and really timid, and then going out, I developed as a woman, and I'm now able to talk and able to make great relationships and have great opportunities come my way.
After her 8th grade teacher entered her name in a pageant, Shalina immediately dreamt of earning a coveted title. At the age of 15, Shalina competed in her first pageant.
The pageant actually contacted me. It was like, we really want you to enter, and you can enter for free. So I joined, and I fell in love with it ever since.
The New York City native has won several pageants, from New York's Perfect Miss and World's Perfect Miss Supermodel. Now she's holding the coveted USA National Miss New York title.
All pageant systems are great to join to help you make a difference in the world, and I also feel like it's great, and you shouldn't give other pageants, because I feel like it's somewhere there to help women grow as individuals, and also just the greatest sisterhood. Even if you don't have sisters, now you have sisters.
Around campus, Boca gets stopped by people curious about her crown. But what she really wants people to know about is her pageant platform, to raise awareness about bullying.
Well, I really want to make a difference with the anti-bullying. I'm partnering with Crown Cares, which is an organization to help get education about bullying in school, to prevent bullying, to educate young people that it's wrong, and let them know the consequences that will happen if you bully someone, and also let them know like how you feel.
Boca will graduate from Fordham this May and will continue her reign in the pageant world. Black History Month got a little more fashionable at Fordham's Rose Hill campus.
The Black Student Alliance, better known as ASILI, hosted its annual fashion show in February. I was able to check out their showcase designers.
Student models walked the runway in the latest streetwear designs during the annual ASILI fashion show this February at Fordham's Rose Hill campus. An hour before the show, club members set up chairs and arranged gift bags while waiting for the audience to arrive. Fordham Senior and ASILI Vice President Chanel Griffith helped organize the event.
I was super nervous, but then once the day before hit, it was like I did all that I could. So I was super nervous, but also super excited. And I think everything came out well.
Models dressed in bold sweatshirts, t-shirts, and sweatpants created by different New York City designers. The show was run to the sound of upbeat rap music to showcase its Black History Month theme.
They really bring out the culture, especially Black culture, and I think it's really important for all of us to partake in that and see, maybe if we don't know what it is or what it's like, and I think a lot of people like it and respond positively to their event.
This event is ASILI's largest fundraiser and the final part of its Black History Month celebration. Local businesses also came to promote their designs, offering hats, sweatshirts, and purses to buy during intermission. The fashion show concluded with a final walk that featured all of the student models. Watch out for their new look on campus and mark your calendars for the next show.
And one more campus event to tell you about, Ignatian Week, but with a twist.
The week is set aside to celebrate spirituality and Jesuit heritage, and this year, how to escape a room. Haley Messenger explains.
Natasha Sauerborn, Kate Wolper, and Molly McCormick quickly assemble the pieces of a picture of a well-known statue on campus. It's one of 5 challenges they have to complete in a space of 20 minutes in order to unlock and escape the Ignatius Loyola room.
I'm going to say it's Mary. Okay. Outside Spellman? Yep.
Each challenge represents a Jesuit value. In this next one, students carefully relay one plastic egg to demonstrate cora personalis, or care for the whole person.
Oh, how graceful. That was beautiful.
Student director for Ignatian Week, Vanessa Rotundo, says Escape the Room made its way onto the campus in an effort to diversify and lighten Ignatian Week's programming.
While not overtly Ignatian Week themed, it definitely has a different twist to like the lecture type events. And it's new.
Escape the Room planner Siobhan Lochran says the event attracted around 80 students at both the Rose Hill and Lincoln Center campuses.
It's good to have an activity like this that people who are unfamiliar with Ignatian Week might be drawn to.
You did it!
Kate, Molly, and Natasha escaped the room just before their 20 minutes were up.
Yes. I'll do it again next year. Yeah. Next year again.
Organizers say they'll be ready and waiting. Haley Messenger for Ion Fordham, Bronx, New York.
Fordham's Ignatian Week also included a student film festival and a dodgeball game. all of which attracted more than 750 students.
After the break, we'll find out how one Fordham band got to open for rapper T-Pain.
Welcome back. I'm Elise Reichard.
And I'm Brianna Allard. Every spring, Rodriguez Coffee Shop hosts Battle of the Bands.
Bands ranging in age, skill level, and style compete for one spot to open for the spring weekend performer. I followed rock band Bone Peggy from start to finish.
Fordham junior Alex Anastos and his newly formed band, Bone Peggy, have been practicing daily for Battle of the Bands. A week before the big day, Alex reflected on the struggles to form a band as a freshman.
You basically can't practice on Fordham if you're a freshman or anyone who lives on campus because there's like no place.
Bone Peggy is Alex's second band at Fordham, and he has found it much easier to collaborate with his bandmates now that he has a place to practice in his off-campus home.
It is very challenging to start a band, but it's fun.
Bone Peggy will compete in Battle after having been a band for only a few months. The band's guitarist and Battle of the Band's primary organizer, Brad Passarelli, says Battle functions as a low-pressure way for Fordham bands to have fun and play for an audience.
People will just completely throw stuff together the week before and it'll be like a big goofy mess, but like people just go to have fun, you know. Battle is one of the most like classic Rods events. Like it's always kind of big, long, ramshackle music performance series, and it's just like people are, you know, running around and all these different types of bands are playing and it's nice out. It's a lot of fun.
Well, it doesn't look like much now. This lawn will be filled with hundreds of students on April 28th. Free advertising will open for T-Pain on these steps right behind me.
Bone Peggy didn't end up winning Battle, but according to Alex, that was never the point. They kicked back, played some tunes, and were able to listen to their talented friends.
The band that won, Free Advertising, played for about 1,000 students before T-Pain in April.
Across campus, in the athletics department, Fordham University's new head football coach is finding his footing.
He's in command of a team with some fresh faces and new expectations. Rafael Elia introduces us.
The Fordham Rams will be locked into this strict workout routine throughout the spring as they adjust to a new program shaped by head coach Joe Conlon. These workouts are a chance for the student athletes to impress their new coach.
We haven't really thought of them as individual players yet. You know, I mean, we want all these guys, and we tell them you're all going to get an opportunity to show what you can do and put it on film. So, you know, every guy has a clean slate.
Last season, Conlon was the offensive coordinator for the Ivy League champion Yale Bulldogs. But this is his first collegiate head coaching job. The new position admittedly has taken some getting used to.
You always think about when you're going to become a head coach, but when you're finally sitting in that seat and all of a sudden what you say is the final answer, that's it gives you pause.
Conlon now has control of a team that struggled last year and graduated captain and star running back Chase Edmonds. Still, Conlon is focusing on the now, not on where he thinks the team will be come October, though they are expected to meet at least one long-term goal.
You know, obviously, number one, we want all of our guys to graduate with a Fordham degree in a major that's going to help them open a lot of doors for them in the business world or whatever it is they want to get involved with.
Work ethic and academics will be pillars of the Conlon philosophy, which is taking shape here at Fordham as the workouts lead into fall camp. Rafael Leah, Ion Fordham.
The Fordham Rams will face the Charlotte 49ers in September in North Carolina.
And speaking of football, many college athletes dream about going pro, but not all have the chance. Caleb Ham was granted the opportunity to play in the Canadian Football League.
Ham sat down with Manny Adeyeye to reflect on his 4 years with the Fordham football program.
As the Fordham Rams football team prepares for next season, their former star safety and captain, Caleb Ham, continues to work out with the team. After graduation, he'll head north to Canada to become the newest member of the Toronto Argonauts.
You got to do something every day, first of all. As a pro, you got to do something every day. I start my day with film, watching any game, any CFL game, so I can get a feel for the game, get a feel for play calls and routes. And then after that, I'll get a solid workout in, whether it's with the team or by myself on that given day.
But watching film and getting a workout in isn't easy. when you're worried about your mother. While playing at Fordham, Ham learned that his mother was diagnosed with breast cancer.
It was really tough, man, going game in and game out, trying not to think of her and trying to be more focused on the game. It was so tough, but I fell back on my foundation as a Ham.
Even with his mother on his mind, Ham still excelled. He was named First Team All-Patriot League in 2016, recording 186 tackles, 29 pass breakups, 7 interceptions, and a sack. His success on the field caught the eye of the defending Grey Cup champions, the Toronto Argonauts of the Canadian Football League.
About a week after Christmas, I got a call from the GM, Jim Pop, saying that they were interested in signing me. We went over a contract. Contract took about 3 to 4 weeks to construct, and then January 15th, it was official.
Caleb isn't the first Ham to sign with the Argonauts. 25 years ago, his father Tracy signed with the same team. He was inducted into the CFL Hall of Fame in 2010 after recording over 40,000 passing yards and 284 touchdowns.
There really isn't any pressure playing for my dad's former team. He had his career, and I'm going to have mine, and my success is not based off of his. It's based on what I do and the work I put in.
Ham credits both his parents for the man he's grown to be.
I absolutely love my parents, man. They're 2 peas in a pod. This is like, my mother gives me something different than what my pops does. I remember when I was younger, my mother used to pretty much take care of all the academics and stuff, and my dad used to take care of all the sports and stuff, and it was fun.
With their daily inspiration, Caleb says he is motivated and counting the days down to Canada. In the Bronx, Manny Adeyeye for Eye on Fordham.
In May, Caleb will not only graduate from Fordham, but he'll also move to Canada to begin training.
Finally, tonight, a group of Fordham University students is dressing up like Disney characters.
Not to fulfill childhood dreams, but to bring some magic into the lives of hospitalized young children. I followed 2 characters to a visit.
And then you hold your blanket.
Abel is posing for a picture with Fordham junior Ellie Roberts, but you can call her Belle. She is the president of the university's chapter of A Moment of Magic, a nonprofit organization whose members dress up as fairy tale characters and visit children in hospitals, reminding them to be brave, strong, and fearless, the club's motto.
Oh my goodness, you were so funny.
Roberts founded the Fordham chapter of A Moment of Magic this past summer, after training in New York City. Now she's helping train the next crop of princesses.
You also had to complete 40 hours of service within A Moment of Magic, as well as an additional 10 hours outside of A Moment of Magic. And so this means that you can come to meetings, run fundraisers, go on hospital visits with us. It kind of depends on whatever we have going on. You just need to be involved at the club for 40 hours until we allow you to go on visits as a character. And we also require 10 weeks of training for new characters.
That training includes everything from proper hospital procedures to how to act like a princess, including makeup application.
Glitter's your best friend when you're a princess.
Ellie Roberts stores dresses for other princesses. This is Anna from Frozen's dress, and this is Rapunzel from Tangled's dress. Each dress is custom made, and students must personally fundraise $400 to pay for them. A Moment of Magic Fordham currently has 17 characters that go on visits. Members also support families by babysitting, sending care packages, and raising awareness. But for Roberts, it's all about bringing a smile to children's faces.
Well, one of the coolest things is to go into a room and see a kid who's having an awful day, has had terrible treatment, just has had a bad day. And you go in and start talking to them, and you get to see their face kind of light up. And one of the best things is when you're leaving and their parents are like, oh, well, they're having a terrible day, and now they're in a totally different mood. And it's just you can switch a kid's day like that.
Although the club is still in its inaugural year, it is evident from the joy on the children's faces that these princesses are already making a difference and truly creating moments of magic. There are 14 different chapters of A Moment of Magic across the country. And that's our show.
Thanks for watching. From all of us from Eye on Fordham,
Good night.